Good afternoon. This is James with the JP8 Report. I just wanted to take a few minutes out this afternoon. This is the sweet spot between the new Congress and the runoff election, and wanted to give you all a little bit of a rundown of what's going on. It's as right now it's Tuesday, January 5th, and right now, if you live in Georgia, people are voting. They said over 3 million people have already voted. So the president was in in Georgia last night. He was in Dalton, and Joe Biden was in Atlanta yesterday afternoon. Mr. Biden spoke for 10 full minutes and left, and then President Trump, he was there for an hour and a half. Really good. He had several other people speak with him also. It was like 8 or 8:30 last night when he started speaking. It's a pretty long speech. It was very encouraging, and he told us how he felt and what to look for and stuff. Um, so we'll see this evening, or as I was watching the news today, they were saying that absentee ballots can be submitted up to the night, and as long as they're received by Friday. So this may drag out. It depends on turnout and the separation of the votes between the candidates in each of the Senate elections. Um, so so just going back just for a couple minutes on starting on Sunday, 11 o'clock Central Time, which that's where I'm located at. The 117th Congress was sworn in. Um, there was some shouting matches. There was one congresswoman that didn't want to wear a mask, and they were telling her she had to wear a mask, so she went and put a mask on. It was really cool looking. It said Trump won on it, so I guess she got her point across. That was good. And then there's another young lady that just another freshman Congress. Like she said, she's 5'0", 100 pounds, and she has the license to carry, and they're giving her all the reasons why she can't carry her firearm. She said it's for protection because she's so small. So I have a feeling that debate hasn't ended yet either. Um, when when they opened up the 117th Congress before everyone was swearing in, um, Representative Cleaver, I believe he's from Kansas City, Missouri, gave the opening prayer. The guy's an ordained minister. I have no clue what he was doing. And I don't think he knew what he was doing. Um, but in this prayer, I don't know. I don't know. But he included all kinds of different religions in the prayer, and then ended it with a man and a woman. Okay, so if you know anything about the Bible, amen does not refer to a man. It, in Latin, it's something that it's over, okay, which means the prayer's over. I think it means in Latin, so it be. I think that's what it means. I'm not completely sure. Uh, I'm not a Latin expert. I speak English and I speak Texan. Okay, so, uh, but like Franklin Graham said today, he put a Facebook post up, and he quoted Genesis 1:27, and where God said He made male and female. So maybe we just need to read the Bible a little bit more, especially these guys that proclaim to be ordained ministers. Um, when you're going to pray, you need to be thoughtful and prayerful, and go with the right doctrine. And, when you deny the Holy Spirit, that's blasphemy. And as a preacher, your job is to lead people to Christ. Um, and when you're leading them the wrong way, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Um, so, and then what else? What I was going to talk about? Oh yeah, um, so yesterday, day 2 of the new Congress, they had a set up a rules package. Okay, so in the past, there was to protect the minority, because Democrats won't always be in a majority in the House, and the Republicans won't always be in a majority in the House. They flip flop every few years. Depends on the mood of the country. Me, I prefer the conservative side, but the rules are the rules. To protect. It's to protect the rights of the minority. So there was one rule in there where before a bill is passed, it's the minority party is able to to request an amendment to the bill and have it debated and voted on. Nancy Pelosi in the Rules Committee, she said no, they stripped it. It's gone. Okay, you know they're just trying to set up the part where they'll be able to force through anything they want, depending on how the results of the election is tonight. Hopefully, both Republicans win. That would be ensuring, because people leave Congress for different reasons and stuff, and we need to have the strongest Senate we can in the hands of the Senate, because yesterday also Nancy Pelosi put forward a motion to start the process of admitting the District of Columbia as a state. But for that to happen, it's got to go to the Senate also. So if the Senate is in Republican hands, that's not going to work. Okay? But if the Democrats control the Senate, you can best believe D.C. will be on the road to become a state, and so will Puerto Rico. And they will automatically appoint 2 Democrat senators from D.C. and 2 Democrat senators from the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. They're just forcing their way up, and once you go down the road, you're not going to be able to stop. So besides that, the next thing that's going to come up, if they got both houses of Congress, is the filibuster will be deleted in the Senate, and then the Supreme Court, that will be a battle, but the Supreme Court will be expanded and admit more justices to the Supreme Court. Even Ruth Bader Ginsburg said that 9 justices would suffice for the Supreme Court. It's been like that since, I believe, the 1860s. Why do they want to change now, except for to dilute the influence of the Supreme Court? And that's what they're bearing. They want our country to be modeled after Europe. If you look at Europe, specifically after the World War II era, the modern era of Europe after World War II, you will see religion's gone, socialism's brought in, everything's socialized, everyone is blended together. There's no individuality. Everybody's in a parliamentary governmental association environment. I messed that one up, but we're Americans. We have American exceptionalism. We're Americans. We live like Americans. We have the United States Constitution, which is different from any other constitution in the world. We've had it since 1787. It's what we live by. And this party, this modern Democrat Party, is diluting it and changing it as much as they can. What we need is to get a lot of these old people out. Not all old people. I'm talking about, if you shouldn't serve more than, in the Senate, no more than 18 years in the Senate. I heard one Democrat the other day, he called serving in Congress his career. well, I'm sorry, but it's not a career. It's your service. You serve and you go back to your community and let someone else take your place. Come on, guys. If you think that your career is as a politician, you got something wrong. Okay, because you don't have the best interests of the public at mind. Okay, I told one guy on Facebook today, do away with political science in colleges, because what are you going to do with a political science degree? Be a politician? Come on, look, I got a degree in history. That's pretty stovepipe. I should have went broadened my horizons some. Get a degree in business, business marketing, business science, engineering, civil engineering, city engineering, in architectural engineering. There's all kinds of things you can do. Doctors, researchers. My daughter is going to be a cellular biologist. She's almost finished with college, which expands a whole different horizons and stuff. The sky's the limit. But if you're going to sit there and be a professional politician, you need to find another job. Okay. Um, so what else was I going to talk? Oh yeah. So with Georgia. Okay. Um, so if I've got it right, um, Senator Perdue is running for a full 6-year term. Okay. Um, and he's running against John Ossoff. Um, so technically, right now, Senator Perdue is a former senator because his term officially ended on Sunday. So when he gets reelected, they'll swear him in. He'll be a U.S. senator again. Now, Kelly Loeffler, uh, pardon me if I mispronounced her name. She is filling the seat from Johnny Isaacson, and I believe he served 2 years, resigned for bad health. She was appointed 2 years ago. She had to run for this seat now, and then I believe she has to run 2 years from now again. Okay, but she's still a U.S. senator because she was appointed, so she's still fulfilling the unexpired term from Isaacson when he was in the Senate. Okay, so she's continuously serving. So right now, technically, there's 99 U.S. senators because Mr. Perdue is not technically a senator. He can't vote. He can. Right now, he's in quarantine, so he really can't go nowhere anyway. Um, so um, there. Let's see. Absentee ballots. I was telling you about absentee ballots. Have to be turned in by the night, and they need to be received by Friday. Um, Now, Republicans are saying they need 1.3 million people to physically go and vote today in person. Um, Representative Tom Price, he's a doctor, he used to be in Congress, and he was the first Health and Human Services Secretary under President Trump. He says, truthfully, it needs to be 1 million. And technically, he said 800,000. Okay. But let's push for 1.3 million. Better to be safe than sorry. Okay. So we will see. I bet tonight's going to be a long night. If you like to watch these guys on TV, whether, there's a whole slew of different cable channels you can watch and stuff. And I'm sure all of them will be giving their technical advice on what's going on. But the real story will come from the people that actually vote. Tomorrow, the president is going to have a rally in Washington D.C. I believe it's going to be at high noon. At the same time that's going on, Congress will be in joint session, and they're going to go over the electoral vote results. And I know y'all going to say, well, James, people are going to object. Well, yes, both parties object all the time. Okay, if you hear all these guys on the Democrat side right now, they're all going to say it's sedition, it's being traitorous. They don't know what they're doing. They're just setting themselves up for failure. Throughout history, members of the opposite party have always objected to the electoral count. Okay, always, always. Um, I saw a video clip of Barbara Boxer in 2004, and I believe Sheila Jackson Lee was right there, right beside her side. Um, you know, people just need to realize we have freedom of speech in our country. That's not checked at the door just because you're a member of the opposite political party. Uh, the They just want to stovepipe people, and you could say it happens on the right and it happens on the left. We elect congressmen to we elect congressmen to debate. It's their right to debate. We pay them to debate, to compromise, to make decisions. Okay, being a leader is, I believe, the process of a person being able to influence others to accomplish a specific task or mission. That's what we learned in the Army. Okay, uh, so you got to give Senator Hawley, Senator Cruz, Senator Blackburn, Senator Loeffler. Um, there's several of them. There's at least 12 of them. There's like over 100 representatives in the House that are going to stand up and they want to object and they want to be able to voice their opinion and go over the facts and the evidence, and then vote on the electoral count, which is 538 electoral votes. And whoever comes up with 270 or more, they're going to be president. Okay, that's how we have people to vote, and then if there's a disagreement with the vote because of irregularities or fraud or whatever it may be, the courts get involved, but the courts only got like 40 days to be able to make a decision before the votes have to be certified, and then but if that can't be done, then it becomes a political decision, and with a political decision comes that's what they're made for. These politicians, they have to make a decision on the future of our country, and it's happened several times, all the way back to John Adams and going forward from there. Rutherford B. Hayes and Sam Tilden, I believe his name was, in 1876. This is where Senator Cruz was talking about having some electoral commission audit, be able to go over the different problems with the vote in different states and stuff. And he's like, get 5 senators, 5 House members, and 5 members of the Supreme Court, and they go over all the stuff for 10 days, come back, give us their opinion, and go from there. Maybe that's what needs to happen, but this is their right as elected members of our country to be able to go through and talk about this stuff. Okay, do we want to be like the PRI in Mexico when they had their revolution in the early 1900s and had single party rule, and it was a horrible rule for Mexico all the way up until, I believe, the 1990s, when they finally was able to break up that political establishment. Okay, right now we have a 2-party system. And then we have independents, we have communists, we have Green Party, we have libertarians. They're all really, really minor, but you never know. What if someone comes up with the Patriot Party and that replaces the Democrats or replaces the Republicans? Or what if 2 other parties come together and it grows so big they replace the Democrats and Republicans? It's not static. It's always growing. This is our country, and as long as we abide by the Constitution and obey it, everything will be all right. Okay. So January 20th is 15 days away. So it's either going to be Donald J. Trump or Joe Biden. One of those 2 men will be president on noon on Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. I prefer it to be the guy I voted for, President Trump. But if he doesn't make it, I sure hope he runs again in 2024. Okay. Uh, he's 74 now, so who knows, right? Maybe there'll be another Trump. Maybe she'll decide to run. But that's about all I really wanted to talk about today. So give me some feedback. Leave some comments on your, as you saw at the very beginning of the JP8 report. My email address is jpreport. JP Report, it should be JP8 Report at gmail.com. And this is episode 2. Leave feedback on the video post itself. And then I will be coming back to you in a few days. Still got to make some side improvements on my background and stuff. I'll let you see this real quick. I did put my microphone together. Okay. So I'm using that now instead of that webcam video camera. I had some feedback from a friend of mine that said I left too much of a hum using an external mic. That's what I did. I'm always good for talking to people about how to better do my broadcasts. So if you have any suggestions for me, let me know. Okay. And so this is James Pierce signing off. JP8 Report. Y'all have a great day.